Hey guys, it's Franky. I hope you're all doing well. So, I put out a video this morning on these social media documents, and somehow I put it out there and I just realized there was no volume. So, I thought, you know what? Instead of going through and recording everything, I would just pop on and do this live. So, let's take a look here. There are some absolutely amazing things that came out. Absolutely leaves us with more questions, but at least we've got an idea as to where they are going with this. So again, there's literally 82 pages, so we won't go through every single one of them, just go through as they're coming in. And then, oh, sorry, guys. We just won't go over the repetitive. So I just want to make sure volume is good this time. Hey, Dandy, how you doing? Thank you very much for pointing out that video. I had no idea that there was no volume. Of course, I just went through the beginning. I was like, oh my God. So I thought this time it'd just be a little bit easier to do a live on it. So yeah, I appreciate it tons. So all of this is basically going to be social media, as I was saying, and gives us an idea of what they were looking at. So we'll start here, and this was the warrant for King Road, and let's see, the date is up here. This was done March 24th, 2023. So the matter came before the court on March 14th, 2023 on the state's motion to seal or redirect. The hearing was held via Zoom. Ashley Jennings appeared on behalf of the state of Idaho, and of course, Ann Taylor was there for Kohberger. Before I go too much further, can you hear me okay, Dandy? I will just I literally have no idea why that did that this morning. Hello, hello. Let's see here. I'm a little hesitant with this volume. Oh, yay, thanks. It literally took me to do that 45-minute video. It literally took almost 4 hours to download it. And I thought, oh my word, I'll be up till midnight. So, okay, the hearing, again, it was via Zoom, and it was Ashley Jennings for the state and Ann Taylor for Kohberger. The court reviewed the records, considered the arguments presented, weighed the interests in privacy and public disclosure, and announced its findings of fact on the record. Therefore, pursuant to, and then it gives all the different statutes, the court finds it necessary to seal the documents related to the search warrant for the following reasons. The document contained highly intimate facts or statements, the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. The documents contain facts or statements that might threaten the safety or endanger the life or safety of individuals. 3, it is necessary to preserve the right to a fair trial. 4, disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. And 5, production of such records would disclose investigative techniques and procedures, dated March 24th, 2023, from Judge Megan Marshall. Okay, so again, I'll go through these once, and then they do repeat. I think basically it is a separate one for each one of the victims, but all the wording is the same. Okay. Based on the motion to seal, search warrant, and related documents filed herein, the court does hereby confirm and order that the affidavit for search warrant, including exhibits, search warrant, return of search warrant, which includes exhibits, inventories, and items seized. They are ordered confidential, exempt from disclosure, and are sealed pursuant to Idaho Court Administrative Rule for the reasons stated in the motion until April 1st, 2023. So I haven't seen an extension on this yet because April 1st is just right around the corner. And again, this is for King Road, the state of Idaho, by and through the Latah County Prosecuting Attorney respectfully moves the court pursuant to Idaho Court Administrative Rule 32, and then the codes for temporary order sealing search warrant and related documents, including the affidavit for search warrant, including any exhibits, search warrant, return of search warrant, including all exhibits and inventories of items seized, and order filed herein because release or disclosure would interfere or enforce proceedings. Okay, number 2, deprive a person of a right to a fair trial. 3, constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. 4, disclose the identity of a confidential source and or 5, disclose investigative techniques and procedures. Wherefore, the state respectfully prays that the court temporarily seal from public disclosure the affidavit for search warrant, returns, and all exhibits, and order herein under the provisions of Idaho Court Administrative Rule, and then the codes, submitted on the 22nd of February, 2023. And it is Ashley Jennings, Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney. So now we've got Google. So there, again, there's going to be a lot of repetition here. So I will just go through the pertinent parts. So, okay, Google. This matter came before the court on March 14th, 2023, on the state's motion to seal or redact pursuant, and then it gives codes. The hearing was held via Zoom. Ashley Jennings appeared on behalf of the state of Idaho and Taylor on behalf of Bryan Kohberger. So they're basically saying here that they reviewed the records, considered the arguments, weighed the interests of privacy and public disclosure, and the rest is basically a repeat of the first one on the House. Again, March 24th, 2023, and Judge Megan Marshall. So we are getting an idea of what they're after. I'm very interested to find out what they have received back, what they were able to get from these warrants, and see if it's just pointing more to him, or if there was conversations that he was having that we're not aware of. So this here again is the case number, Google Services, and based upon the motion to seal warrant and related documents filed herein, the court does hereby confirm that the affidavit for search warrant, and again, for the return of the search warrant, the exhibits, inventory, and seized items will not be disclosed, and they've got until April 1st, 2023, or further order of the court, whichever happens first. So again, we've got Google, and they're telling us that these are the reasons they would like to keep everything disclosed, interfere with enforcement proceedings, And the same as the rest of them. 2, deprive a person of a right to a fair trial. 3, constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. 4, disclose the identity of a confidential source and or disclose investigative techniques and procedures. Again, signed and dated. This one was the 23rd of February. And again, the Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney, Ashley Jennings. Okay, Google Services again. So this is the matter that they were discussing as far as the House went on March 14th, 2023, the state's motion to seal or redact. The hearing was held again, as we know, via Zoom. There was Ashley Jennings, the prosecutor, and Taylor, the defense attorney. And the court is explaining how they reviewed the records, weighed the interests in privacy or public disclosure. And they are telling us again that this will be held back and anything else will be redacted. Google Services. And again, based on the motion to seal search warrant and related documents. And again, it's telling us that they want the documents. Let me see here, sorry. I turned my head and then I lost myself. So yeah, related documents. And again, so this is for the search warrant, including the exhibits, the return of the search warrant, including exhibits, inventories, and seized items. Again, 25th day of February, and Judge Megan Marshall. Google. Same thing. So I think this is pretty much for each victim that they have gone through this paperwork and just make sure that they've got everything sealed and redacted that needs to be. So it is saying here again that it is hereby ordered the affidavit in support of search warrant is sealed. Search warrant and receipt of inventory will be redacted. March 24th, 2023 by Judge Megan Marshall. I'll pop in over here. All righty. So this is Google once again, and it is explaining about the search warrant, the return of the search warrants, exhibits, and the seized items once again. And they are also giving April 1st, 2023, the final day unless the court extends it. Google. And the same idea, talking about temporary order sealing the search warrant, related documents, and again, the exhibits, return of the search warrant. And again, it gives the 5 reasons why. Submitted the 22nd day of February, Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. Google. Motion to seal search warrant and related documents once again. And we've got the 5 different reasons here. The state respectfully prays that the court seal from public disclosure the affidavit for search warrant, again, the return of the search warrant, and order herein under provisions of the Idaho Court Administrative Rule, the codes. And I think that, yeah, 21st day of February, Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. Google. Once again, it's further ordered that said property or any part thereof may be delivered to any person or laboratory or laboratories for the purpose of conducting or obtaining any tests, analysis, or identification of said property, which is deemed necessary by the custodial law enforcement agency or jurisdictional prosecuting attorney without further order of this court. February 27th, 9:14 p.m. And again, Judge Megan Marshall. And again, we've got Google. And this is for the return of the search warrant. I, Lawrence Mowry, the officer by whom this warrant was executed, do certify the appended inventory contains a true and detailed account of all property taken by me or other officers pursuant to this warrant, and that this warrant and property have been duly returned before the court at 10:00 a.m. this 21st day of February 2023. I certify under penalty of perjury pursuant to the law and state of Idaho that the foregoing is true and correct. And it will be Officer Lawrence Mowry, who is basically going to be the name that we're going to see on all of this paperwork. And this here, affidavit of Detective Lawrence Mowry. I feel like I'm on replay here. So I, Lawrence Mowry, being duly sworn, do hereby state the following information is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. So again, we will see this a couple of times, but we'll go through it the first and then skip through the rest. 82 pages. The video that I did was 45 minutes. So I'll see if I can make this a little bit easier. Like I say, just try to avoid some of the duplicates. Okay. Number 1, that I am employed by the Moscow Police Department in the official position of detective. 2, affidavit has been a trained and qualified peace officer for 12 years. 3, I currently work the day shift, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. 4, on January 24th, 2023, I obtained a search warrant for the Google account redacted@gmail.com. 5, the warrant was served on January 25th, 2023 via Google Law Enforcement Portal. 6, on February 19th, 2023, I received an email directing me to download the data. 7, on February 20th, 2023, I downloaded the data and an inventory was prepared for all the items received. 8, no. Okay. And Okay, let's see here. My biggest problem with going live. Okay, so we'll finish here. My girls, my girls. So Google Pay account information and transactions, calendar events, contacts, people contact files, photos, videos and albums and associated metadata, drive and documents, spreadsheet, presentations and files, and associated metadata, keep tiles and the notes, hangouts and chat messages, including attached such as photos, location history and location data, and deletion records, my activity searches and browsing history, including activity from web and app activity, Google Assistant, and Google Home, Google Voice information, including Google Voice, basic subscriber information, call logs, forwarding number, text messages, and voicemails, YouTube registration, email, channel ID, display name, IP logs, and account registration information, Android records, Android devices, to include subscriber information, other associated accounts, cellular carrier information, device hardware information, Google Play purchases made, and Google Play applications downloaded. So they're getting a lot of information, aren't they? Yeah, they've got a lot of information coming just even from one spot. I really hope that everything that needs to be in this information and these documents, I really hope that they are able to tie this all together. He's been, as far as my opinion is with Bryan Kohberger, he's made so many mistakes that, oh my God, that I would think that they should be able to put this in a tight little bow. Okay, Google. And the certificate of delivery. I do hereby certify that true and correct copies of the order for extension to return search warrant were served on the following in the manner indicated below. So to William Thompson Jr., the prosecuting attorney, and this was hand delivered on February 8th, 2023. And of course, we've got motion for extension to return search warrant. The state of Idaho, by and through Ashley S. Jennings, Latah County Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorneys, moves this court for an order extending the time for returning the above referenced search warrant, which is issued on January 25th, 2023. The search warrant was directed by the court to be served within 7 days of issuance during business hours. The warrant was served by Detective Lawrence Mowry, January 26, 2023, by email. However, as of this date, the information has not been received. And it is saying, although the warrant was executed within the 14-day time frame, the state is not able to comply with the time frame within which to return the warrant and provide a written inventory. Accordingly, the state requests an extension of time for the return of the search warrant. Respectfully submitted, 7th day of February, 2023. Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. Tic Toc. So this is where everything starts to basically duplicate. So we've got Tic Toc next, and this was again the order to seal and redact. So the court reviewed the records and considered the arguments, weighed the interests in privacy and public disclosure, and announced its findings of fact on the record. Therefore, pursuant to code numbers, the court finds it necessary to seal in part and redact the record related to the search warrant. And again, the reasons being that one might contain highly intimate facts or statements, which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. Two, the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of the individual. And this is saying that it will be sealed and redacted, and that this order will remain until further notice, or January, March 24th, 2023. And this again is Judge Megan Marshall. And again, Tic Toc. And this is where they're saying that they are asking for everything to be sealed. Once again, the search warrant, return of the search warrant, any of the exhibits, inventories, and items. And again, it's saying that up and until April 1st or further order from the court. February 25th, 2023, and from Judge Megan Marshall. I bet Dandy. Oh my word. I think I'm probably the same in my seat. The neighbors are getting new windows put in, so I'm having a hard time keeping them calm. Okay, so this one's Tic Toc, and again, motion to seal search warrant and related documents pending the hearing. And it states the same 5 reasons. And this was submitted on the 22nd day of February, 2023 from Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. And Tic Toc. And this is the order. In the above titled matter, and again, the search warrant and the return of the search warrant and any inventory of the property found and having been seized, being duly made and taken before the undersigned magistrate or judge. Okay. It is further ordered that said property or any part thereof may be delivered to any person or laboratory or laboratories for the purpose of conducting or obtaining any tests, analysis, or identification of said property, which is deemed necessary by the custodial law enforcement agency or jurisdictional prosecuting attorney without further order of this court. February 25th, 2023, Judge Megan Marshall. All righty. Tic Toc. Return of search warrant. So again, this is telling us that everything will be either redacted or will be still under seal. And it was Lawrence Mowry who, let's see here, that turned in the property. And So I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this. And then there's the one below, which is the same paperwork with Detective Lawrence Mowry. So it was returned before the court's 4:00 p.m., the 22nd of February, 2023. And he certified under perjury, penalty of perjury pursuant to the law and state of Idaho. It's dated and signed. And this is, again, his statement verifying that he is Detective Lawrence Mowry, giving his credentials, signed and dated. On the 13th day of December, 2022, at approximately 16:41 p.m., Detective Lawrence Mowry served a search warrant issued upon the place and or persons described therein as directed in the search warrant. So this is Tic Toc's legal department. And this is for the properties of 1224 and 4818. And those are the last digits of the phone numbers. 4818 is Kaylee's, and 1224 was Maddie's phone. So they are asking for anything pertaining to their email address or their phones regarding these apps. And we've got 1278, and that's Xana's. 3 different email addresses, which I'm assuming is probably the girls as well. Dated this 22nd day of February, 2023. Lawrence Mowry, peace officer. Tic Toc. This one here is search warrant. Lawrence Mowry, having given me proof upon oath this day showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant, and there is probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon said premises consists of information related to the investigation of the crime of homicide on the Tic Toc accounts of Madison Maddie Mogan with the following identifiers. So we've got the email address and her phone number, and 1224 and or Kaylee Goncalves, same identifiers, email addresses, phone numbers, and the same thing with Xana. Okay, hang on here. No. And that is from anywhere from January 1st, 2021 to present. Any messages, records, files, logs, or information that may have been deleted but are still available to Tic Toc is required to disclose the following information to the law enforcement in unencrypted form whenever available. So this is to include all identity and contact information, including full name, email address, physical address, including city, state, and zip, date of birth, phone numbers, gender, hometown, occupation, and other personal identifiers. B, all past and current user names associated with the account. C, the dates and times at which the account and profiles were created, and the internet protocol, the IP address. So yeah, they're digging hard. There's not much they're not asking for, except maybe a Christmas list. There's just everything a person can think about, they are getting access to, and they are keeping kind of sealed up. So it will be really interesting to see what happens on July 26th. Okay, E, all information regarding this particular device or devices used to log in to or access the account, including all devices, identifiers, information, cookie information, including all information about the particular device or devices. F, all data and information associated with the profile page, including photographs, bios, and profile backgrounds and themes. All communication or other messages sent or received by the account. All user content created, uploaded, or shared by the account, including any comments made by the account on photographs or other content. I, all photographs and images in the user gallery for the account. J, all location data associated with the account, including geotags. K, all data and information that has been deleted by the users. L, a list of all of the people that user follows on Tic Toc and all people who are following the user, as well as any friends of the user. M, a list of all users that the account has unfollowed or blocked. Oh, that's interesting. N, all privacy and account settings. O, All records of Tic Toc searches performed by the account, including all past searches, saved by the account. P, all information about connections between the account and third-party websites and applications. Q, all records pertaining to communications between Tic Toc and any person regarding the user or the user's Tic Toc account, including contacts with support services and all records of actions taken, including suspensions of the account. So this was given under my hand and dated this 13th day of December, 2022 at 4:26 p.m. Judge Megan Marshall. Tic Toc. It's hereby ordered that the time for which above referenced search warrant shall be returned in it's extended to March 22nd, 2023. So ordered December 23rd, 2022. Judge Megan Marshall. All right. Make sure everything's okay. Certificate of delivery. I do hereby certify that true and correct copies of the order for extension to return search warrant were served on the following manner indicated below. So William W. Thompson Jr., it was hand delivered, and he is the prosecuting attorney. Okay. Tic Toc again. Same idea as the other ones. State is not able to comply. It's giving, this one here is giving us motion for extension to return search warrant. And it was submitted on the 22nd day of September 2022. And Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. Twitter. Okay, so we're going to find the same thing with Twitter as we did Tic Toc and Google. They're asking for the same information, basically on the same dates. This one here was talking about the Zoom meeting. And we want to keep everything sealed and redacted is what that one was asking. And with Twitter, order sealing search warrant and related documents. Again, like the other ones we've looked at. And again, for the reasons stated in the said motion, and until April 1st, 2023, or further order of the court, whichever occurs first. February 25th, signed by Judge Megan Marshall. Twitter once again. And motion to temporarily seal search warrant and related documents pending hearing. And it gives, again, the same 5 reasons. Submitted the 22nd day of February 2023. Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. Twitter. And once again, motion to seal search warrant and related documents. Same 5. Respectfully submitted the 15th day of February 2023. Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. Twitter. Once again, return of search warrant. Search. So again, Lawrence Mowry, the officer by whom this warrant was executed, do certify the appended inventory contains a true and detailed account of all the property taken by me or other officers pursuant to this warrant, and that this warrant and property have been duly returned before the court at 4:00 p.m. the 15th day of February 2023. Signed and dated February 15th, 2023. And again, this is Detective Lawrence Mowry's. This is all of his information again. I certify or declare under penalty of perjury pursuant to the law and state of Idaho that the foregoing is true and correct. February 15th, 2023. Twitter. On the 6th day of February 2023 at approximately 9:13 a.m., Detective Lawrence Mowry served the search warrant hereto issued upon the place and or persons described therein. So this is going to be the legal department for Twitter. And description of the property and the email addresses have been redacted. Dated the 15th day of February 2023 by Detective Lawrence Mowry. Twitter. This is the order. Same as the other ones we went through. This is February 17th, 2023, and Judge Megan Marshall. So basically, it's saying, all this paperwork is saying that they put out the search warrant, and then it's telling us that whatever they picked up was received and put into a secure location. And it's for each and every one of them by the looks of it. Search warrant. Lawrence Mowry, having given me proof upon oath this day showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant, and there is probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon said premises consists of information related to the homicides of Madison Mogan, Kaylee Goncalves, Xander Kernodle, Ethan Chapin at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, on the Twitter account of Bryan Kohberger with any of the following identifiers. So let's see here. Generated between June 1st and 2022 to present, including all business records, subscriber information, and any form kept pertaining to the account, including. So this is the same as the other ones. They basically want all the information they can get as far as who was different. Okay, we'll start here with different usernames, with different IP addresses, different websites, all of the same kind of information that they were wanting with the other social media accounts. And after getting them, they just want them sealed and redacted when necessary. And this was all for Twitter versus TikTok or Google. Given under my hand, dated 25th day of January 2023 at 10:30 a.m., Judge Megan Marshall. Twitter. It's hereby ordered that the time for which the above referenced search warrant shall be returned and extended to April 6th, 2023. And once again, signed and dated Judge Megan Marshall. And this one was hand delivered. Twitter. Same thing. Search warrant motion for extension for the search warrant, which was issued January 25th, 2023. The warrant was served by Detective Lawrence Mowry, February 6th, 2023, by Law Enforcement Portal. Respectfully submitted, 6th day of February, 2023, Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Ashley Jennings. And Twitter, hereby ordered that the time for which the above referred search warrant shall be executed is extended to not more than 14 days of issuance, which is not later than February 8th, 2023. Judge Megan Marshall. And this was delivered by hand to William Thompson Jr., the prosecuting attorney. Signed by Julie Fry, the deputy clerk. Okay, so State of Idaho, plaintiff versus Bryan Christopher Kohberger. So this is the notice of Brady disclosure that we went through on the last video. So I don't know how much this is going to bite back. I don't know. I mean, this could be something super simple, or this could literally cost the case. We'll go through this and just, hope that, let's just hope. That's all I can say, that this does not hurt this case. It has been known to happen. So come now, the state of Idaho, by and through the Latah County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and respectfully gives notice to the court and council that the state has become aware of a potential Brady Giglio material related to one of the officers involved in the above referenced case. That material in the form of confidential internal affairs investigation. This is exactly what's going on. There is an internal affairs investigation going on with one of the cops that were involved with this case. That could really screw things. The state intends to disclose this information to defendant's counsel, but because the information is confidential and exempt from public disclosure pursuant to Idaho codes, the state respectfully prays the issuance of protective order pursuant to Idaho criminal rule prohibiting defense counsel from disseminating the information contained in the internal affairs investigation, absent further order of the court, 24th day of March, 2023. So just a few days ago. And this was emailed to Ann Taylor, which is, of course, Kohberger's attorney. And once again, this is order to seal and redact any of the state's motions to temporary seal and stipulation to release property and related documents pending hearing pursuant to The hearing was held via Zoom. Ashley Jennings, of course, for the state, and Taylor for Bryan Kohberger. And we've got the same 5 parts to seal and redact, and we've got this signed and dated by the judge. Same order, Exhibit A and B attached to the stipulation to be released property are sealed, and same thing, redacted. Bryan Kohberger. This is hereby ordered that all items of property and or evidence from 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, currently in the possession of the parties, states evidence, property attached as Exhibit A, defense evidence property attached as Exhibit B, shall remain in their respective custody and control until further agreement or parties order of the court. Remaining personal property of Madison Mogan, Zana Kernodle, Ethan Chapman, and Kaylee Goncalves. Sounds like they will be getting some of their stuff from that house in the near future. Okay, so this was delivered to Ann Taylor via email and William Thompson Jr. via email. Bryan Kohberger. And again, same thing. Currently in possession of the party, states evidence property attached to Exhibit A. And yeah, same. And it is hereby ordered that the state shall disclose the documents appended under seal to state's notice of Brady disclosure and request for protective order filed on March 27th, 2023. It is further ordered that, except as provided in foregoing paragraph, the parties and counsel shall not disclose the documents or contents thereof unless authorized by the court. March 27th, 2023, the judge has signed and dated. And again, certificate of service, protective order were again the Brady Giglio and Taylor emailed, and William Thompson Jr. emailed the 28th of March, 2023. Hole! So yeah, just a whole bunch of redacted, whether it's for the outgoing or incoming information. Why are Meghan Markle's signature different? I didn't notice that. I really didn't notice that. I'll take a peek. So yeah, that's where that is. They've got, by the looks of it, most of the social media is back now, all under seal. So again, let's just hope that that is the spot where we are going to get a home run, because I'm a little bit worried now that they've got some issues with Brady. That, like I was just saying, could really mess everything up as far as this case goes, depending on the severity. But they're better off to get it out there and share it with the defense and everybody else than have something sneak up and bite them in the butt at a later date. So that was my second time going through that. The first time, like I said, it was the video and it had no audio. So it was like, okay, I'll just jump on and get through this. I know the paperwork can be super dry, but at the same time, without going through it, we don't have the heads up as far as a lot of this goes. So we're better off to take the time and go through it, see what they're looking at. It does give us an idea, and they've been thorough, in my opinion, anyways. So I am going to jump off of here. I bombed through that as fast as I could. 82 pages. But we do get the gist of it. We've got our footing. So, as always, if anything else should pop up, I will absolutely jump on. I'll either put it through on a video for you, or I'll come on and I'll do a live. So thanks very much for spending the time with me. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.